G'day everyone, Curtis here from Halco Tackle, and I am really excited today because I finally get to show you guys something that we've been working on for a long time. And we're really excited about it. That is the brand new Slydog 105. So let's take a look. So the 105 is the new little brother to the 125 and 150 that have been catching fish for the last couple of years now. And to be honest with you, I think this is probably the tastiest looking one yet. It's that 105, so 105 mils long. It's that size that really hits the sweet spot. Now you look at a whole bunch of different lure sizes. This one, in terms of versatility, you know, big fish will eat that, small fish will eat that. It's an absolute cracking size. Now this lure, like I said, is 105 mils long. It weighs 28 grams, so it casts really well as well. That's sort of like medium casting gear, you know, like 15, 20, 25, 30 pound. You can cast it like an absolute bullet, which is awesome. Cover a lot more ground. When you cover more ground, most of the time, you catch more fish. So 28 grams casts really well. Now it comes rigged with size 1 mustad trebles and is available in 14 different colors, including 3 brand new colors that you might have already seen this year. R9 Coral Trout, and there's also the R14 Trout Envy and H89 Lumo. So those 3 brand new colors are available in the Slydog 105 as well. Big range of colors, plenty of stuff to choose from, and I think you're doing really well if you're in need of a color that you can't find within these 14, which is great. Now when it comes to fishing with this Slydog 105, we've done some really tough testing on it over the last 6 months, and it has stood up really well. We've been really impressed with it. Now there's a couple of different ways that you can work the lure to get a couple of different actions out of it. Now the first one being like your more traditional stick baiting style of a sweep action, so you're just going to sweep the rod through the water and then wind up the slack. And what that'll do is, I'll take these hooks out of my hand, what that'll do is that'll give it a side to side wobble like that, and then you give it that pause as you wind up the slack, and it'll just keep going like that as you sweep. So as you sweep the rod through the water, it's going to go like that. Then you can give it a pause, give it a quick twitch, whatever you like. The other option is to twitch it erratically like a fleeing bait fish, and when you've got fish busting up on the surface like tuna or mackerel, something like that, the fish that they're eating, or the bait fish that they're eating, often are moving really fast and erratically. So what you want to do is give your rod a real sharp sort of twitch, fast twitches, and this thing will dart left and right, left and right. Makes it really erratic, and you're trying to make it look like an injured bait fish trying to flee. So that's the other one, is a real twitchy action. Now another one is also just a really simple slow roll. Now if you just point your rod tip down at the water and just slow wind, this lure will just roll side to side like this. It's really nice snaky action. You can give it a pause, but it's just that nice and slow roll, and this thing will go side to side, and it looks really cool. Now the last one, which is actually the one that it took the most work to get it to do this, and it did take a bit of fine tuning, but this Slydog 105, it actually shimmies on the drop. Now what that means is, it's a medium to slow sinking lure, and when it drops, it gives a side to side shimmy like that. Just down like that, and it's really cool, because what you can do is cast it out, give it a twitch, give it an erratic twitch, and then just pause, let it sink, and so it'll dart around, and then it just falls down like that and shimmies. And not only do pelagic species love that, because again it imitates that injured bait fish, you know, pausing and falling through the water column, but we caught pink snapper on these, we've caught demersal species on these in relatively shallow water, just because that shimmy on the way down, it's almost like a jig, like you're working the lure on the drop, and demersal species love that. And we had a session on snapper where we're just casting them out, giving them one twitch, and then just literally opening the bail arm, letting a heap of line out, and just letting those lures sink down and shimmy down like that. You leave the line slack and boom, fish would take off. It would nail it on the drop. You wouldn't even have to give it a twitch after the first one. So that's pretty cool as well. It took, like I said, took a bit of work to get it to do that, but it's got a beautiful shimmy on the way down. So plenty of different retrieves that you can use with the Slydog 105. You can chase anything from snapper to mackerel, demersal, pelagic. It is a super versatile lure, and that's what is so great about it. Now this one here, this didn't always look like this. Before 2 hours of tailor fishing, it looked like that. Nice and shiny and new. But yeah, the tailor, the mackerel, the trevally, they gave it an absolute hiding, and now it looks like this. But that's not a bad thing, because a lure that keeps its paint on is a lure that's not worth tying on. So yeah, we're really impressed with the Sly Dog 105. We think you guys are gonna absolutely love it.